Julien, there are many ways that we could characterize this deal. Is it wrong to talk about it in terms of two traditional companies that are trying to find an answer to these new digital platforms?
It clearly feels that way. It feels that the new technology company, whether they are specialists in media, think about companies like Netflix, or if they're a bigger group trying to be involved in media, I think Amazon Prime and things like that, they clearly are winning that battle versus the old media. And so there's a need for consolidation. Content is king. I think one of the things that Comcast is also acquiring here is the crown jewel of Sky with rights on the Premiership League, et cetera, et cetera. So it feels really that there is a battle ongoing between traditional media groups and the new economy and the internet players, and consolidation has to happen.
I was just talking about the debt profile, not just of Comcast, but also of AT&T after it consolidated. Do you think that it is right for these companies to use fairly cheap credit in markets to try and consolidate the assets? Or are you concerned, because we keep talking on markets about a potential slowdown coming, that the cost of money is going up? Is there a problem down the track in 5 years, 10 years' time for these companies?
I think whether you do a deal because the debt or the expensiveness of the debt is high or low doesn't really matter. What matters is what kind of return can you get on that deal. Whether you pay a high interest rate or low interest rate really doesn't matter. It makes things easier, obviously, when rates is low. Debt level will potentially become a problem down the road. I think when you're looking at what could be the cause of the next crisis, one thing that comes often is corporate debt level, which has increased over the past few years. So it's really a case-by-case basis. Obviously, M&A tend to be a sign that we're later in the cycle, and that's our view, that we're approaching the end of this cycle. We still have some room, but it's another indication that we're getting there.
Where are we in the consolidation cycle? Because Jeff made the point before about tech companies, and all along we've been saying, where are the big ones? Where's Apple? Where's Amazon? And we know these companies are creating their own content and trying to build out a portfolio of different networks and channels that's of interest. I mean, YouTube as well. Where are the tech companies? And then you've got to say, what about the rest of the traditional players and some of the telecoms operators? Where are they in this bidding process as well? Are we just at the beginning of a big consolidation of assets right here in Europe?
It could be that at some point they decide to acquire existing large assets, such as Comcast, Sky, but it feels that their strategy so far has been either to acquire assets at a much more younger stage of their life, or to try and develop it in-house so that it's a better fit to their strategy. So it's difficult to say whether we're going to go through a period of consolidation between tech and traditional media at a large scale. It's more likely to happen with smaller deal, maybe a new platform online that is being acquired by a bigger player, rather than necessarily those big companies acquiring traditional media. What we've seen, though, is CEOs of those big companies acquiring medias and newspaper in particular. That is a trend that we've seen, but it doesn't feel like it is a part of the group. It's more part of their personal decision.
Hey everybody, it's Hadley Gamble from our new CNBC Middle East Bureau in Abu Dhabi. Thanks for stopping by. Now, to watch more, you can try one of the videos that just popped up on your screen. And don't forget to subscribe.